After a week off, the UFC is back in Kansas City for a pretty good fight night. Really good main event. Bunch of big names on the card. Looking forward to it. No time to waste. Let's get right into it. First fight of the night, we got Ikram Alaskarov taking on Andre Muniz. So Alaskarov is 15-2. That is 2-1 in the UFC. Muniz is 24-6. That is 6-2 in the UFC. Alaskarov is coming off that loss to Robert Whitaker, but he was on a 7-fight win streak before that. Muniz has lost 2 of his last 3, but he is coming off of a win in his last fight. Alaskarov, 32 years old. Muniz, 35 years old. I'm going to play it safe here, somewhat safe, and take fight does not go the distance. It's minus 600. Throwing it in a parlay. I'll get to it later. 13 of Alaskarov's 17 pro fights have not gone the distance, and 25 of Muniz's 30 pro fights have not gone the distance. That is 81% combined. So I'm feeling good about that. Looking for anything else to take. Andre Muniz as a dog here is looking pretty juicy, plus 465. His only 2 UFC losses came to Paul Craig, who's a career 205er, and Brendan Allen, who's a top 15 middleweight. Alaskarov doesn't even have a win over anyone in the UFC. The takedown could be big here. Muniz averaged almost 4 takedowns per 15 minutes, including getting 11 in his last fight. No one has even attempted a takedown on Alaskarov, so if he can get him down here, there's easy path to victory for Muniz. Just saying. Looking for anything else, take the over 1.5 is minus 125. You can throw it in a parlay. Alaskarov has not hit it in his UFC career, but he has hit it in 7 of his 17 pro fights, and Muniz has hit it in 4 straight. And Alaskarov by KO is minus 175, so you'd have to parlay it. 6 of his 15 pro wins have come by KO, including both of his UFC wins, and Muniz has been KO'd 5 times before. Yes, 5. Next fight of the night, we got Randy Rudeboy Brown taking on Nicholas Dalby. So Brown is 19-6. That is 13-6 in the UFC. Nicholas Dalby is 23-5-1 with 2 no contests. This is his second stint in the UFC. He went 1-2-1 from 2015 to 2016, got brought back in 2019, and has gone 6-2 with 1 no contest. So overall, he is 7-4-1 with 1 no contest in the UFC. Brown has won 3 of his last 5 fights. Dalby has won 4 of his last 5. Randy Brown, 34 years old. Dalby, 40 years old now. I got to ride with the Long Island trained Randy Rudeboy Brown here. Moneyline minus 215. I'm throwing it in a parlay. I'll get to it later. He is coming off that close decision loss to Brian Battle. That, let's be real, he probably won that fight. Would have been on a nice little run right now if he didn't get that L. You know what I'm saying? He is 6 years younger. He'll have a 4-inch height and reach advantage. I just feel like you got to take the younger, rangier guy here. Give me Randy Brown. You guys are looking for anything else to take? I strongly considered taking this. The over 2.5, it's minus 260, so you'd have to throw it in a parlay. Brown has hit it in 3 of his last 4. Dalby's hit it in 6 of his last 7. I feel like both these guys tend to go long. Speaking of that, just take both guys by decision. Randy Brown by decisions, minus 105, so you would still have to parlay it. Only 7 of his 19 pro wins have come by decision, but 5 of his last 6 wins have come by decision. And Dalby has never been finished in 31 pro fights. And if you like the dog Dalby, just take him by decision. Plus 325, 12 of his 23 pro wins have come by decision. And Brown has lost by decision twice before, including the aforementioned Brian Battle loss in his last fight. Next fight of the night, we got Michel Pereira taking on Abus Magomedov. So Pereira is 31-12 with 2 no contests. That is 9-3 in the UFC. Magomedov is 27-6-1. That is 3-2 in the UFC. Pereira has won 8 of his last 9. Abus has won 3 of his last 5. Pereira, 31 years old. Abus, 34 years old. I'm taking Michel Pereira money line here, minus 148. The price has actually gone down drastically. A lot of money coming in on a boost, so you can get him now at like minus 125. Throw it in a parlay, nice and juicy. Twice the amount of UFC experience. He's a hammer, dude. 20 of his wins coming by finish, and Abus has been finished 4 times before, including getting knocked out by Sean Strickland. Like, let's be real, Sean Strickland ain't knocking out anyone, and now you're going against a hammer like Pereira. I'm taking Michel Pereira all day. Looking for anything else? Fight does not go the distance. It's minus 220. You'd have to throw it in a parlay. 7 of Pereira's 12 UFC fights have not gone the distance, and 3 of Magomedov's 5 UFC fights have not gone the distance. The over 1.5 is minus 170. Again, throw it in a parlay. Pereira's hit it in 8 of his 12 UFC fights, and Abus has hit it in 4 straight fights. And if you like the dog, I get it. Money's coming in on a Magomedov money line, plus 120. He's a good wrestler. He got 10 takedowns in his last 2 fights. Pereira was taken down 10 times in his last fight. Abus also going to have a 5-inch reach advantage here, so there's paths for him to get it done. Next fight of the night, we got Giga Chikadze taking on David Onama. So Giga is 15-4. That is 8-2 in the UFC. Onama is 13-2. That is 5-2 in the UFC. Giga has alternated wins and losses in his last 4 fights. Onama has won 5 of his last 6. Giga, 36 years old. Onama, still just 30 years old. I got to take the dog here. Giga Chikadze moneyline plus 160. I was pretty shocked to see he was the dog here. I just assumed he would be the favorite. He does struggle with the takedown, but Onama averages less than 1 takedown per 15 minutes, so I don't really think he's going to try and get this to the ground. Giga is a former kickboxer with over 50 pro bouts, so if this stays standing, he's definitely going to have the advantage. He has lost 2 of his last 3, but they both came to top 15 featherweights, and Onama has not fought anyone in the top 15, so feel like this is Giga's fight, man. Plus money, take it all day. Looking for anything else, take the over 2.5 is minus 200. You have to throw it in a parlay. Giga's hit it in 3 straight fights, and Onama has hit it in 3 of his last 4. And if you like Giga, but you want a little extra on it, Giga by decision, plus 230. 5 of his 8 UFC wins have come by decision, and Onama has never been finished before. Co-main event, we got Anthony Smith taking on Mingyang Zhang. So Smith is 38-21. This will be his 60th pro fight. 13-10 in the UFC. Zhang is 18-6. That is 2-0 in the UFC. Smith has lost 3 of his last 5, and this will be his retirement fight. Zhang has won 11 straight fights. Smith, 36 years old. Zhang, 26 years old. I'm going to take fight does not go the distance here. Again, hefty price tag. It's minus 500. I parlayed it with fight does not go the distance in Alaskarov Muniz and Randy Brown money line. Those 3 together get us plus 105. 51 of Smith's 59 pro fights have not gone the distance, and 23 of Zhang's 24 pro fights have not gone the distance. That is 89% combined. So I don't want to see Anthony Smith finished here, but that's probably what happens. You got to go with the easy way out. Take fight does not go the distance. Looking for anything else, take the over 1.5 at plus 160 is looking pretty nice. Smith has hit it in 6 of his last 7, but Zhang has only hit it twice in 24 pro fights, so it's obviously risky. That's why it's plus money. Zhang by KO, pretty hefty price, but minus 225 if you want to throw that in a parlay. 12 of his 18 pro wins have come by KO, including both of his UFC wins, and Smith has been KO'd 12 times. Yes, 12, including his last fight. Anthony Smith, though, as a dog, I think there's value, plus 400. He's got 3 times the amount of experience as Zhang. Obviously, he's fought way better competition. He can get it done on the feet or on the ground. Zhang has been finished 5 times before. It's also, like I mentioned, his retirement fight. Maybe he's just going to put it all out there. Maybe sprinkle something on Anthony Smith. Main event, we got Garry taking on Carlos Prates. So Garry is 15-1. That is 8-1 in the UFC. Prates is 21-6. That is 4-0 in the UFC. Garry is coming off his first career loss, but he was on a 15-fight win streak before that. Prates has won 11 straight, 10 of those coming by knockout. Garry, 27 years old. Prates, 31 years old. I've been saying it for months now. Garry money line here, minus 125. I'm going to parlay it with Michelle Pereira money line, plus 202. You can definitely get that at higher odds now, considering Pereira's cost has gone down. Garry, more well-rounded, could take it to the ground if he needs to. Prates was taken down in his Contender Series fight, and Gary's taken down 3 of his last 4 opponents. They both land roughly the same strikes per minute, but Garry gets hit twice as less. So Prates is going to be getting hit way more. We also haven't seen Prates go past 2 rounds in the UFC, and Ian just went 5 rounds. I mean, I feel like all signs are pointing to Garry here. Pretty cheap price tag on it. Riding with him. Looking for anything else, take the over 2.5 is minus 190. Gary's hit it in 7 of his 9 UFC fights, but Prates has only hit it 4 times in 27 pro fights. Wild. Fight M by knockout is minus 140. You'd have to parlay it. 7 of Gary's 15 pro wins have come by knockout, and 16 of Prates' 21 pro wins have come by knockout. And Prates has been KO'd twice before.
I'm worth 100,000 like Woodrow. When a ball call me Wilson, going overboard at the Hilton.